Okay, this is part 3 of the Corel VideoStudio 2019 training series, and today I will be covering pan and zoom. So let's begin. Okay, I already have my clip set up, and I am using a clip from a little cinematic scene I made a few weeks ago entitled Video Camera Settings, something to that effect. I believe I named it Camera Settings. I will link it at the end of this video, but I'm just taking a little bit of that video and I'm going to add the pan and zoom. Okay, before I go into pan and zoom, I want to show you the original clip and play that for you. So let's play the original clip and then we will go into pan and zoom. And I am going to use pan and zoom on this to make the video a little bit more dynamic, just so you can see how this works. You need to click and highlight your video clip that you want to pan and zoom in to be able to access the pan and zoom options panel. Okay, these diamonds here, these are called keyframes. Every time you make a change, you are going to add a keyframe into the video. Now, I don't want to start all zoomed in like that, so to manipulate the zoom, you come into this box here that's entitled Original, and you can manipulate this. This is the zoom. If you look over here in the preview window, that's how much you're going to be zoomed in on. That is what the viewers are going to see. This is your frame, and that's going to be viewed here. So if I want to zoom in further, as you can see, I'm clicking and holding with my mouse and I'm zooming in and out so you can see how that works. Okay, now on this first keyframe, I want to zoom all the way out to the original frame. And let's just say as I'm pouring the beans into the grinder, I want to zoom in on that a little bit. And as I'm pouring, I want it to zoom in. So, okay. The beans are now finished pouring into the grinder hopper, and I just clicked and dragged the scrubber over to this area here, as you can see in the timeline. And I am just going to position my cursor over to this yellow area. See over here in the window, until it changes to the arrows. I'm going to click and hold with my mouse and drag it in and center it. So as that video is playing, it is going to zoom in and center on the hopper. Okay, so you see it added down here in the timeline, it added 2 keyframes. This is the one I'm going to, and it adds a second one. So if I wanted to quickly zoom in there, zoom into the frame, or zoom into the hopper rather, it would do that. But I don't want it to quickly zoom in, I want it to gradually zoom in. So I want to just delete this keyframe, and you do that by clicking remove keyframe over here. Okay, so I am going to start there, and I'm going to end up here. So let's see what that looks like by clicking play right in the center here. See this play button? We'll click play. And it will stay zoomed in like that until I make another keyframe. Okay, the next scene is the boiling water. Okay, that's the next scene. Now I don't want to be zoomed in like that. I want the entire picture. I want the boiler to be visible so the viewer knows what that is, what's going on. So I am going to zoom out and try to position it. It's a bit difficult the way I videoed it, the way I had the camera position to center this into the frame. I'll do the best I can and still have the entire picture visible. So you can see here I've zoomed and positioned as best I could to center it. So this time I want that sudden pop out, and I'm going to keep this keyframe intact. I'm probably going to position it as close to over top of that as I can, so I'll get that quick pop out. So you can see as I move the scrubber across, it is zoomed in on the bean hopper. Now boom, it pops out. I had just a little bit. Bean hopper, boom, boiling water. pops out. Now I'm just going to drag my scrubber to the next frame, which is there, and as you can see right now, the French press is centered, and I am going to keep that there for now. Let's drag this scrubber further. Okay, so the action is here, and I decide that I want to make that the center. So I want to pan up and zoom in slightly on what I'm doing. So I just click, drag, adjust, and it makes the keyframe. And I want that gradual zoom, so I'm going to remove this keyframe here. So I am going there, okay, see, it's going to follow up to where the action is. Me grabbing the spoon, me placing the grounds, the coffee grounds, into the French press. That's where the action is. So let's just drag the scrubber there, so the viewer is focused on the spoon and the hopper, and the grounds being poured into the French press. And let's just say I want to okay, and here's the next scene, me pouring water into the boiling water into the French press. I'm just going to emphasize that water being poured in there and adjust. I want that sudden pop out, so I'm just going to leave that as is. And as the water is being poured, I want to pan down to emphasize the pitcher being filled up. So let's just grab this and pull it down to focus in on the water being poured into the pitcher. And I want that to be a gradual, so I am going to remove this keyframe. So let's grab the scrubber and go back, work backwards, and kind of view what we have so far. Okay, so you can see the next action sequence. I am stirring the coffee grounds and the water together to brew the coffee. Well, let's just say just to use as an example in this video, not saying I would do this in a release video, but just to show what you can do. Let's just zoom in further on the spoon and the stirring of the coffee, and we'll focus up here, removing this keyframe again. Now the next action is I'm putting the plunger and lid onto the pitcher. I want that action to be viewed and be focused on. I want to focus on that action. So I am just going to zoom out a bit and pan up. Okay. I want to get rid of this keyframe so it's gradual. It zooms in, zooms out, plungers in. And now here is the waiting sequence. Now I want to emphasize that I am bored, I am waiting on the coffee to be brewed, I am ready to drink that coffee. So how about I just zoom in on my face very slowly while I'm waiting on the coffee to brew. I'm going to drag the scrubber all the way across the timeline until the next sequence. Oops. Right there. Oh no. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in on my face to emphasize my boredom of waiting for the coffee to brew, and I want that to be gradual, so I will remove that keyframe. So it will look like this. I'm zooming in on the stirring, I'm zooming out to emphasize the lid and plunger being placed in, and now I'm zooming in very gradually on my bored face. Okay, the next action sequence is pushing the plunger down to push the coffee grounds to the bottom, and I want to zoom out on that, leaving all the keyframes in, and I want to pan down as that's being pushed down right there. So I will just click, hold, drag that down. So the viewer can just watch that coffee being pressed all the way down. And I want that to be a gradual move. I want it to follow down. I will remove that keyframe. Okay, next action sequence. Coffee being poured. And I'm going to slowly zoom in on that coffee being poured. Zoom in and center. Okay, that's the end of the coffee being poured. Now I am going to center right there and zoom in on that coffee. I want that to be gradual, so I will remove that keyframe. So it'll look like this. Okay. Next sequence, me drinking the coffee. I want to zoom out. And I want the viewer to see me smelling and drinking the coffee. I want that to be a sudden zoom out. I'll place that keyframe right over top of that keyframe. So, boom, it pops out. Yay, coffee, it's so good. Okay, next scene, I'm standing there, I'm still enjoying my coffee. I can't believe how good it is. I want to go full screen on this. Okay, it's going to pop out full screen. Pop. Now here, I want to zoom in on my face. Zoom and pan on my face. I want that to be gradual. So I'll remove that keyframe. There it is. There's the entire sequence of panning and zooming around. I'm going to drag the scrubber back to the beginning, and you can watch the original and the preview at the same time. And this is an accelerated speed without sound. So let's just play this. Okay, let's say I'm happy with that and it's perfect in my eyes and I don't want to make any changes. I would click OK on that, and now that all those changes, all those pans and zooms are now active in this clip. Obviously, if I'm going to release this in a live video, I would take a lot more time with those pans and zooms, but this is just a demonstration just to show you how to do it, what's possible, to show you how easy that is. I know it may seem a little difficult at first, a little awkward at first, but if you play around with it for a little while, you'll see how easy that is. That's really not difficult at all to do that. And it really adds a lot to a cinematic scene. Just a cameraman is really working hard and creating a lot of action by the camera, and it's just the editor. So let's play that project with the music, the sounds, and everything with the pan and zoom. Okay, there you have it. There is the demonstration on how pan and zoom works. Okay, so I hope you found this video helpful. So if you did, give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing and hit the bell so you'll know when we have our next upload. See you guys.